I'm going to be showing you how to work with data in a database using the filter feature when you have one criteria to filter. I'm using Microsoft Access as my database software, and I have an existing database populated with information about national parks that I'll be using. The database has 52 records, as you can see here by the record count, and it has various fields of information regarding each national park. So to start with, I want to show you how to filter these 52 records to only show national parks that are located in the state of California. I'm going to select the column State and use the drop-down arrow, which gives me all of the states that are listed within that column. The simplest way to filter our California national parks is to deselect the Select All checkbox and select the California checkbox. And what we are saying is we don't want to see anything in this column except California. When we click OK and apply our filter, you will notice that our 52 records have now decreased to 7, as evidenced again by my record count. And each of those 7 records show that the national park is located in the state of California. Some other ways that we can filter our information. Before we filter again, we need to clear that one. A couple of ways to do that is to go back to our drop-down arrow and clear filter from state. And you'll see that we have all 52 records back in our view. So let's filter another way. Let's say that we want to know all national parks that were established after 1950. Then we can choose our year established, and then instead of choosing all of the numbers that are representative of 1950 or later, we can use the number filter. And our choices are equals, does not equals, less than, greater than, or between. I want parks that were established after 1950, so we'll choose greater than. A box will come up and it will allow us to put our number in, and it's going to return all records where the year established value is greater than or equal to 1950. When I click OK, we can see that our records are from 52 down to 28. Now, hopefully you have watched my previous tutorial on how to sort data in a database. So I will combine the filter and sort by showing you that once your data is filtered, you can then sort the records, and it will only sort the filtered records. So that makes it even more efficient in working with your data. Now, I've showed you how to use the filter feature using the field name. I'm now going to show you how to use the ribbon. So if you will turn your attention to the ribbon, I'm looking at the Home tab, and then I am looking at the Sort and Filter category. Within the Sort and Filter category, we have a simple filter, we have Selection, Advanced, and Toggle. The first one I want to talk about is your toggle filter. When you have a filter applied, your toggle filter becomes a Remove Filter feature. So when I click that, it takes my filter away and gives me all 52 records again. So I am in an unfiltered state. When I choose toggle filter feature now, it will reapply the last filter that was applied to my database. I'm going to clear that filter. I have all 52 records back in view, and I'm going to show you how to use the selection option. You want to place your cursor where the value of your selection is located. For example, if I wanted to filter on average low temperature, which is this column here, then I would put my cursor in the value that I'm looking for. Now, just so that you confirm you're in the right column, if your column width does not allow for the full field heading to display, you can put your cursor between the columns, get your double-headed arrow, and double-click, and that will expand your column to the maximum amount needed to read that header. Now, average low temperature. I see some numbers here. I'm really looking for that middle number around maybe 45. So let's look at 42 here. As I go through here and I want to know where the national parks are that have an average low temperature that's higher than 42, because I don't like the cold. Then I can go to my selection option, and you see that I have equals, does not equals, less than, greater than. So I want greater than or equal to 42. So this is just another way that we can get that number filter instead of using the field name arrow. So you'll see that I am now filtered down to 19 records, and all 19 records are showing an average low temperature higher than 42. I can also use the between. So I go to selection, make sure that you are located in the column that you want. Average low temperature, I'm going to say between. My ideal vacation spot would be between 67 and no higher than 84. That would be ideal for me. Then I would click OK, and I see that I have 4 records showing information related to national parks where the average low temperature is between 69 and 73. I can clear that filter, and I want to show you one more, which is filter by form. So I'm going to go to the advanced option and choose filter by form, and you'll see that my last filter is located there where we had it. I'm going to click the delete to clear that, and then I'm going to simply type the filter that I want. For example, if I wanted to know which national park had an acreage higher than, let's say lower than, so less than sign, 8,000 acres. See if we have any that small. Then I can toggle filter on my ribbon, and we do have Hot Springs, Arkansas, Hot Springs National Park, with an acreage of 5,550 acres. And then I get all the pertinent information about that national park then. If I go back to toggle, I get my full view back and advanced filter by form. Now let's say I wanted to know which parks charge an admission fee and which ones don't. Let's say I want the ones that don't. Then under admission fee, I take that check mark off, clear that box, and click toggle. And I see that I have a number of parks available to me, 16, that I could visit without paying an admission fee. So that shows you numerous ways that you can use the filter feature based on one filter criterion to reduce the number of records in your database view so that you can work with that information much easier and faster. I hope that you have learned something that you can apply in your own work as you are dealing with databases, and I appreciate you viewing my tutorial. Thanks and have a great day.